Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another week of the AAOL. Well, my name is Zero, and we have a game from Division 9 today. I think it is Lucky. Sorry, as I forget the team names for a second. Letter 9 versus Deadlock. Two teams we have tonight, so should be a good match. I think both these teams are pretty evenly matched in terms of SR. And Nepal will be our first map as usual. So we're starting out on Nepal Shrine. Interesting to see what both teams. It'll be interesting to see whether they actually bring out the Hammond there, as W Slade did have that locked in as we have a pause. And looks like someone disconnected. Wait, hold on. Someone has disconnected from the games. Probably waiting until they reconnect. But yep, Letter 9 versus Deadlock are our two teams, and not too sure regarding what their records are yet. So haven't streamed either of these teams before, I believe. But they're definitely excited about having their debut on stream. They were excited in their pre-match chat beforehand, so hopefully they put on a good show for us. As we're still waiting for, I guess, Flood rather, to reconnect. I think he's the captain of Lesson 9. So we'll just be waiting. A couple of these players were in different teams, I believe, in previous seasons. You may remember Monkey D. Luffy. He's on the McCree right now. He's threatening to be on the McCree right now. Still don't know whether there will be any last-minute compositional changes. And of course, Hammond is also available, as I mentioned earlier. Unlikely, I reckon, that he'll see any play, but he has been seeing some play in the pro matches. So, especially in Overwatch World Cup. I don't know if anyone has been watching that. It started yesterday. Hammond has seen some play, especially from Finland, who've been pulling it out, and South Korea, so see whether any of that transitions over to our meta here in the AAOL. Looks like Flood is reconnected, so open up the chat to see whether you guys want to type any abuse. So I will be solo casting because Undercaster unfortunately was not available. Oh, Flood is disconnected again. That's a little unfortunate. Yeah, let's talk about, I guess, these compositions that are... Oh, Hammond isn't legal this week. Someone has clarified that Hammond is not legal this week. Actually, yeah, that's true. This week is the last week. You're correct. Apologies on that one. Do you want to jump into cars, Feronius? You're welcome to join me. How many PCs does he have? Well, we're still waiting for Flood to reconnect, obviously. But let's talk, yeah, as I was saying. Oh, Feronius is going to join us. We are saved. We are saved, guys. We're going to have a co-caster. So... blessing in disguise that we've had this disconnect, because Feronius has kindly offered to join us on the casting stream, so and, you won't have to listen to my voice quite so much. I'm sure you're all happy about that. But waiting, still Flood. Oh, stop playing it. It's a little. Moving to a different PC, looks like he's having issues with his connection. And yeah, well, Nepal, our first map. Second map, of course, will be... God, I've forgotten already. Look at that. I'm absolutely useless today. Feronius, welcome.
Hey there,
How are
Razor.
you?
Not
How are
too
you?
bad. And yourself?
Yeah, not too bad myself. Yeah, I'm just killing the time while we're waiting for this reconnect. But yeah, thanks a lot for offering to help out.
Yeah, not a problem. I do some casting for another tournament, and I was watching the game anyways because I actually coach Deadlock, so there'll be a little bit of bias in my casting, but at the same time I'll also be able to provide a bit more insights.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, it's I definitely struggle with some of the analysis sometimes, so it'd be good to have someone who knows what they're talking about almost. Yeah.
Not a problem. Can I grab an invite into the...
Oh, yeah, sorry, apologies. Let me... I may have to send you off.
Should be able to invite off battle tag, but...
Yeah, I'm just trying to... I think it's because it's paused, it's like letting me... Discord is trolling me, it's not showing me your full battle tag.
It's 1932 is the number.
Alright. Sweet, you're in the game. And yeah, well, looks like the map has also changed because we've had a restart, so Nepal Village will be our first map.
Okay, well, it's going to be interesting to see what we see coming out of these sides. I know that Deadlock has been favouring a cheeky May pick here, so I actually do expect Monkey D. Luffy to be staying on that one. And basically the game plan from them will be to try and catch the enemy team at the upper spawn doors, wall off their front line, and then just collapse in on them from there in that opening fight.
Oh yes, that's a very classic strategy, of course. And May has been buffed recently as well, so it'll be interesting to see how they're able to make use of those new buffs. As there's going to be another pause.
Yeah, it looks like Tarzan Z hasn't picked a hero yet, so that's...
Yeah, maybe he's also disconnected.
Well, he's just noted in chat, so that might be... Okay, he could be having some issues there.
Changing PC? Oh god. How many PCs do these guys have? But Flute has well, it looks like Flute's been subbed out, and Tarzan's, who is subbed in for him, is also having. So, looks like we're gonna have another restart.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame there, but we'll get there. We'll get there in the end, nonetheless. So.
That's right. Well, we have the same map again, at least. Once again, we'll be waiting through the Heroes Assemble stage.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what we see out of Letter 9 here. They do look like they're going, okay, for oh, no, change is still coming through.
It might be a mirror.
They might be going for near a mirror. If they run this, they're not running the Lucio, which means they are actually going to be a bit on the back foot, simply because Deadlock will be able to get the ground first, and that's important if you're going to utilize that May. So if they do stick with this May pick here, running the May Tracer, they may find themselves in trouble simply because they can't get to the all-important spot before Deadlock's had a chance to get set up thanks to the speed boost.
Yeah, the speed boost will provide quite a big advantage of making being in position ready for the wall before they even go through those upper doors. But they may choose to come down through the main doors, so that could throw a spanner in the works, as it will. But
yeah, they absolutely could come straight in, go straight for the point, use the May wall to wall off there, and just look to set up on the point. Definitely a viable strategy.
Alright, so we'll be starting off, finally, we are starting our first map here. And both teams, as Peronius mentioned, there is a huge speed advantage here from the Lucio for Deadlock, and the wall does come down, cuts off the Tracer, but there's no follow-up for a kill. The wall comes out, separates half the team there, the tanks are separated, the charge will come through, Exterminator taking out Tronic first. They will get the all-important first pick. Monkey D. Luffy manages to freeze him, no follow-up though. Big Wog Boy does manage to take out W Slade. And looks like Maywalls are just being popped everywhere, trying to separate off the members as Exterminator gets yet another kill. And that should give them a 2-man advantage here. And
yeah, it's up to a 3-man advantage now. This fight is all but over. It's just a matter of cleanup and how long it will take. But we do have reinforcements coming in from Slade and Tronic here, and they're cleaning up the supports. So that is absolutely an opportunity there to spin this fight around.
Well, there's no healing now available for Letter 9, and they're going to be all left high and dry here as the Reinhardt manages to, well, he's taken down. Big Wog Boy does manage to blink away, and Deadlock taking that first capture.
So very good initiation there from Letter 9. They do get the more valuable May wall initially, with Deadlock only managing to wall off a Tracer. And they absolutely punish for it, getting the Rhine charge through to delete Tronic's Reaper. But Deadlock managed to keep alive, keep the fight going long enough for reinforcements to come back, and they come in at exactly the wrong spot for Letter 9.
Monkey D. Luffy there with a sneaky Maywall waiting out there on the corner, Exterminator not checking his corners. He's taken down Interland with that Coalescence. And the healing coming through, keeping everyone alive. The Air Shadow will come down, only manages to take out Blitz, but the Transcendence and the May Ultimate, the Blizzard, both popped by either team here. And Charzan's does manage to take out his opposite Zarya here, so they have a man advantage. Looks like this will be a quick clip coming through from Letter 9.
Yeah, and all things considered, a very cheap fight for them too. They invested the Transcendence and the May Ultimate into that one. But on the other side, Slade did commit his Earth Shatter there, so definitely a decent trade, and to flip the point that quickly, using only 2 ultimates, they've got to be happy with that one. In this next fight, they do have a very strong tank ultimates here, which could see them hold this point for quite some time.
Yeah, that's a brilliant May wall into a Groundstone Surge there, but is there enough follow-up? The May Ultimate will come down from the side of Deadlock, and they managed to turn the fight around. Tarzan's and Exterminator taken out. And now there's a 2-man advantage. You Got Wrecked is going to be focused down eventually. You would see him. He does manage to escape somehow, but the point has flipped over. And now Big Wog Boy will have to blink away, and they'll reset for yet another fight.
Yeah, so as we said, we sort of expected an Earth Shatter or a Graviton Surge to come out at the start of that fight, but Deadlock push the button on their own ultimates very quickly as well, and it basically means that due to that Blizzard from May is not able to follow up on that Graviton Surge, even though it catches quite a number of people, and that gives Deadlock the chance to stabilize. Now they invest their own Graviton there, but once again, follow-up's a little light.
Coalescence won't manage to secure a kill, but Tronic, meanwhile, popping his own ultimate, just being traded left and right here as the rest will come through onto You Got Wrecked now. Looks like Letter 9 have a bit of a man advantage. Tronic almost getting frozen there, manages to shade away. And well, he does manage to take down Tarzan's though, so evening things up a little bit. Now there's 3 men on the point for Letter 9. They're trying to focus down the Zarya as best as possible. The Maywall will come down, and now the Blizzard coming down here for Letter 9. That should allow them to secure the kill on the Reinhardt. And
yeah, so
almost a flip, but this fight is pretty much over.
This fight is over, and I think we will see it coming through. It just comes down to how many ultimates Deadlock can get out of Letter 9 here, and they have done a good job in getting most of them out. Letter 9 now only has the Earth Shatter to deal with Deadlock's next push. Deadlock, on the other hand, will have both a Blizzard and a Sound Barrier, giving them the tools they need to be able to flip this point back, and Tronic is not far from his next Death Blossom as well. So we can expect them to come in here and look to initiate with probably the Sound Barrier to push in and just take the ground off Letter 9 and roll through them.
Yeah, You Got Wrecked was trying to set up for a sneaky Maywall main there, but Deadlock are going to be completely circumventing that approach, taking the upper ground approach here onto the bridge. Monkey D. Luffy taking low manages to go into that ice spawn, and the Blade Blizzard will come out. It's actually very well positioned. Exterminator manages to charge out somehow. Big Wog Boy also getting a pulse bomb there in the backline onto Tronic, taking him out, and that's an early advantage going to Letter 9. The Shadow is good, manages to get 2 people. Oceans and Ryan are secured, but finally the kills will come through. You Got Wrecked taking down Monkey D. Luffy. The Coalescence not enough to save the members of Deadlock here, and they managed to secure the point. Time is quickly running out.
Yeah, they're not going to have time for a proper fight here, which has put them into a very bad position. Electronic's going to try and touch that. Maywall's going to zone him out. They do manage to get on with the Lucio, but this fight is over, I'm afraid.
The Lux taking down Ryan, the Exterminator cleaning up as well, Hinterland taken down, the May Blizzard will come down as well to secure, and Letter 9 bringing it back here on the first map of Nepal, taking the first round, and the score will be 1-0. No worries, right lane.
And so we will now just be quickly restarting the stream, just because the stream delay was not put on from the start, just to ensure that we're in line with tournament rules. We'll just be doing a quick restart.